Hi, I am going to write a case study during the weekend. I don't feel very confident writing a case study, and this is my first time to write it. I have a note here from University of Bedfordshire. I just googled it. It is a university in London. It is a university in Luton, in England. They have created a guide just to help us to write a case study. So the case study is to link the real lifetime examples with theories and trend. I guess they link with each other, right? So these case studies we talk about, for example, what has happened in Google, a new technology or a trend. So it is different from a complete academic paper. The key information is what is a case study. The guide told me that it has two types of case study, and one is a kind of research type, the other is assignment type. And that is perfect because I'm going to do an assignment given by my teacher. It further says that I need to focus on specific instance and example. Focus on specific instance or example. Does that mean that I need to read carefully about the case study and find out just to understand what exactly is going on with that example? The exceptions, the expectation from the teacher about my case study. So I need to understand the case in all its complexity. Does that mean the case is going to be complicated and I need to figure out the different parts of that puzzle? In the guide term, it is the different elements of that complexity. Okay, so I need to use theories to to analyze it. Here it mentioned four different types that people can study as a case study. It can be a software or can be an organization, such as Amazon Cloud. There is you can do a case study if you are a IT student or I don't know, maybe a software programming or IT related major. You write about Amazon Cloud. Case study can be focused on. You can write it for a specific events such as the Winter Olympic Games that just finished in Beijing. You can write a group of people. Maybe you can study the residents at a nursing home. Case study can also write about an individual, a person. Why would there be a case study about a single person? I have the example of a swimming champion, like the Phillips. Is that guy's name Phillips, the champion? He swim very fast. write a case study about him to understand how he can swim that fast. Next is about what exactly to write. They use the word literature source. Literature. That's different from novel or this literature book. So literature source. By using literature, it actually means there are four parts of resources that I can use in order to make it more objective or comprehensive. I guess if I add a word, that would be convincing, right? I'm not making it up, but I can use a news item, I can use articles from journals, I can use industry examples, statistics, the industry files, reports, statements, and their website. The fourth will be from statistic data, such as the Statistics New Zealand. They publish data about a subject every fixed period. So I can use these four types of resources just to make sure I can write enough content, and the content will be objective and comprehensive. There are two approaches to approach. Approach is getting closer, right? To approach that a case study in front of me. One is to understand what the problem is and why, what are the cause and why, the reasons and the cause of the current events, factors, and connections. So what has happened and what has caused it. I don't need to provide a solution. So that's the analytical approach. Analytical. I just analyze it. I don't need to provide solutions. The second approach is problem oriented. I need to identify the key issues, the key problems, and suggest. It uses a lot of fancy words. Make suggestions, make recommendations, implementation plan, make recommendations. I think that's similar meaning as suggest implementation plan. So suggest solutions, develop possible, assess possible solutions. So anyway, that's solutions to the key issues. Back to the four different source that I can sorry, the four different types of subject of a case study. When I write it, the case study is supposed to be broad as well as detailed. Broad is give a general idea, general information. Detailed, the detailed maybe to explain what has happened. How can I balance that? I don't know at this moment. I need to use chronological order. That's the order of time. I need to have a focus on a specific group. Focus. There are 4 points, and the third one is focus. The fourth one is description plus, for data, I need to have analysis and interpretation. This is quite hard for me to understand. Anyway, there is a flow for writing a case study. The first one is introduce the background of the case. The second one is to have a summary of the case. The third is to explain what are the factors, what are the causes. The fourth is use relevant theories, but use relevant theories, I think that's is still further about explaining about the case, right? Background, so that's a general idea. Summary, then what factors, what causes, then I use relevant theories. That's still describing the issue. The relevant theories are like glue. A link from the summary, the factors, the causes, the glue it together with the my analysis of the problem, the issue, the cause, the implication of a situation. Link them together using relevant theories in step 4. And step 6 is to provide suggest solutions, assess possible solutions, make recommendations, implementation plan. Oh, I remembered all these fancy words. The 7th is, yeah, but what's the 7th is a conclusion to recommend a proposal. Okay, the 6th is to list, probably the 6th is to list the possible solutions. And the 7th would be recommend one. So the 6th you have, for the 6th point, identify solutions. So these are the options you have. The 7th, I recommend you take solution A or what was it mean? The 8th is list. The 9th is the appendices. Okay. The 8th one, I have been writing a few assignments, so I'm getting more familiar with reference lists. But what is appendices? What's the difference? Anyway, I'm going to leave it for now. So that's my guide for writing a case study.